It's my time to shine. It's my time to live.
Hi everybody, thank you for clicking on my channel and tuning into my very first episode of Let's Talk. I am your host, Morgan, and today I have with me my very own sister, Yolanda Jackson, aka Yaya, and we are going to be discussing with you about how to go from having low self-esteem to having high confidence, okay? So before we get started, I just want Yaya to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, my name is Yolanda Jackson. My nickname is Yaya, and I'm a college student here. I go to a university. My major is psychology. I'm 20 years old. I love to sing. I love going to church, and I just love having a great time with my friends and family.
And I can second that. Yolanda is definitely a great singer. She has an awesome personality. She is a hard worker. So I'm so excited to have her on my very first episode. When I was coming up with this and I was thinking about how I wanted to be, I instantly thought about her as far as self-esteem and everything, because she has such a great personality, such a bright spirit. And I just wanted to hear her point of view on how she has dealt with having low self-esteem and how she has overcome that and how she is overcoming it today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. My first question for you is what is your definition of a person who has low self-esteem?
I feel like someone who has low self-esteem is basically a person that's always putting their trust and their confidence in other people. They're just always down and out. They never feel good about themselves. They never compliment themselves. It's just that they look for other people to do it for them, and once someone tells them something bad, they start immediately feeling down and out about themselves.
And I totally agree. I believe that when you have low self-esteem, you don't believe in yourself. You depend on others. You're fishing for compliments instead of just fishing right inside of you. You know, believing in yourself, believing in the abilities that you have. So my next question for you, Yaya, is have you ever dealt with having low self-esteem? And if so, what time in your life were you dealing with it the most?
I have dealt with having low self-esteem. I feel like the main point where I felt like I had the lowest was when I was in high school, because that's when most people get to learn themselves, when they get older and they get into high school. And I felt like everybody was in a category, and I just felt like I was always the one that just was kind of down and out. I mean, I was a cheerleader, but it was kind of like I wasn't the popular cheerleader, if you get what I'm saying. I was kind of more like the quiet cheerleader, kept to myself. I was just doing it because it was something I loved, and that's when I had the lowest self-confidence.
And what exactly were you feeling self-conscious about, or what were your insecurities?
Some of my insecurities had to be my arms. As being a cheerleader, over the years, I gained muscle within my arms because I had to lift the girls up, and we did like jumps and stuff like that. And all that can like tone your body really well. And that's when I started having the lowest self-confidence, because people would tell me, "Oh my gosh, your arms look like a man's arms. You're so buff."
Wow.
And it always like brought me down instead of building me up. And I had to find, that within myself, that my arms look good, I'm fit, and that's where my muscles come from, not because I look like a man.
So you were struggling with body image. Yeah, I think a lot of girls struggle with body image in middle school and high school. I know for me personally, I was struggling with body image. I was struggling with facial hair and all that kind of stuff, and I was getting called manly in middle school because I had facial hair, and I began to start shaving, and so I wound up getting these bumps around my chin, so that was another insecurity. So a lot of times we try to change things when we really should just kind of just embrace it and deal with it. And that brings me into my next thing. How did you go about embracing those muscles and that toned body? What changed inside of you to say, hey, this is me?
I feel like something that changed me was where I just realized that my muscles didn't come from me trying to be like a guy or whatever. It came from me working hard at something that I love to do. and my muscles made me feel fit. I mean, nowadays people embrace that. I feel like trends change, you know. Sometimes people want to say, oh, you look like a man, then other days they want to say, oh, you're so fit, you know. But I feel like with me, I feel fit because of my arms. I learned how to embrace it. I stopped wearing, you know, long sleeves and jackets all the time. I'm not wearing long sleeves today because I'm embarrassed or nothing like that. I just chose to wear this shirt. But it's just like, I just stopped doing that, and I learned how to I'm going to wear my tank tops, and I don't feel good about the way I look. And once you start doing that, nobody can tell you that you're not cute, that you don't look good in your shirts, that you're not rocking your arms, because, you know, I got this because I worked hard at something that I love.
And I love that. I love how she just said she got those muscles doing something that she loves. So let's just say if she was so concerned, if she stayed concerned about her muscles, she would have stopped doing cheerleading. She would never have embraced it to its fullest. So I really, really love that you said that a lot of times the main thing that we love, you do change, you do develop something, you know. She developed muscles from doing what she loves, and that's okay. She was fit and in shape. And so with that being said, do you have any kind of tips that you can give girls and even guys out there? Guys deal with insecurities. I don't want to get off track, but just to tread on that a little bit, guys deal with insecurities sometimes too, as far as like they don't have enough money, or they don't have the best car, or they're not tall enough, or they're not muscular enough. So some of the tips that she is going to give can even help guys deal with themselves. So I know we spoke earlier about, you said something about finding the positives in you. What was that you were saying?
One thing I feel like you do have to find positive things about you, and that's something that I learned to do within myself. Like my arms, I learned how to find that having these arms is a plus to that. I work out, I look good, you know, and I'm toned for it.
And she does look good. Hello.
Some people get upset because they wave their arm. They're like, oh my gosh, it's flat. I don't have to worry about that. And that's where you find some of the positive things. You know, just say like if you didn't like your hair, but you love your hair color, just find something positive about yourself. Once you get that in your mind, you say, I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to let myself be negative because people have fed me these negative comments. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to embrace what I have. I'm going to enjoy what I have because I worked hard at what I have. And you know, you just have to learn how to be grateful, because some people don't have hair. Some people don't even have arms. So I'm grateful for my arms. I'm grateful for the way I look.
And I like what she said about embracing yourself. And embracing yourself can go from having toned arms to having flabby arms. Embrace it. Embrace you. Or that brings us to our next tip. If you don't want to embrace that, honey, then you got to change it. And only you can change you. If that means going to the gym and working out, then change it. And if you're not willing to change it, then you need to be willing to accept it. You know, love you. So, basically, those are the tips that we have, and really, that's all you need when you think about it. Either embrace yourself, change it, or accept it. And I love what we spoke about earlier. We said something, I know, she said something about, what was that goal that you said?
Yeah, you have to get a goal in your mindset. Just how like you work towards something, that's your goal. You're working towards an achievement. And now you have to get a goal in your mind, and you say, okay, I'm going to be positive about this. I'm going to embrace myself. I'm going to accept what I have.
I'm going to love
me.
me.
And that's one of the most important things is loving who you are. Once you begin to love yourself, then you really start feeling better about yourself. And I feel like that's where low self-esteem comes from, is because you don't love yourself. You don't love who you are. And once you start loving yourself, embracing yourself, and saying, oh my gosh, I'm pretty, you take a look in the mirror one day. I remember this is one thing I had to do, was I started going every morning when I woke up, I took a look in the mirror, I said, you are beautiful. That made me feel confident, because the rest of the day, somebody might have not told me that I'm beautiful, but if I told myself that I'm beautiful, I felt great about that. A lot of times it's about self-confidence, telling yourself, I am beautiful, I am pretty, I have nice arms, I have nice legs, my teeth are pretty. Work what you got. And once you start working what you got, everybody's going to be like, oh, well, she's looking good. I wonder what she got going on. And it's all about having that self-confidence.
I am totally loving, excuse me, I am totally loving everything that she just said. Just choosing today to have your number one goal to love yourself, and that should be a goal every day. I love me every day. Every day I wake up, that is my goal, is to love me, to love the life that I have, because I always say there is somebody else out there who has it much worse than you, so you have to love yourself. Let that be your number one goal. Well, I just want to thank you for being on today at our very first episode. I was so nervous about this, but I'm so glad that I did it. I don't know who's going to watch it, but I hope when you do that you have taken everything that Yaya has said and that you take it to heart. Because we all deal with self-esteem issues. We all deal with insecurities. But, honey, you have to embrace yourself. If you can't embrace it, change it. If you cannot change it, accept it.
Right.
So, do you have any kind of shout-outs you want to do? Instagram, YouTube, Facebook?
I just want to say my Instagram is Yaya Jackson 2. Yaya spelled Y-A-Y-A Jackson and the number 2. So look me up. Sometimes I post things about makeup and stuff like that. And just follow me. I'll follow back.
Alright, and you guys can also follow me as well. Hopefully I won't get this wrong on camera, but you can follow me at more2love_beautiful91. You guys can follow me and I will follow you guys back. I just want to leave you with one final thought, that as we work around each other, as we live around each other, make sure that you are not the water to somebody's seed of insecurity. Make sure that when you see a girl, that you're not so quick to point out, oh, you have such a big nose, or when you see that guy and he's shorter than you, oh, you're so short, I like tall guys. Be mindful of what you say, because a lot of times we are the water to other people's insecurities, and sometimes I truly do believe that we as people plant insecurities in each other. Instead of us saying, oh my gosh, you look so beautiful, I love your nose, honey, it's big, it's out there, and it's beautiful. I love your muscles, I love your toned body. Or when you see that guy, you are short but you have a big heart, or you might not be as big in muscle, but you are so strong on the inside. So choose today to embrace others. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. I truly am excited about Let's Talk. Please stay tuned for more videos. I hope that I can get a video up soon for you. Thank y'all for watching. I hope that you guys have a good day wherever you are, or a good night. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
1 2 1 2. Here we go. It's my time to rise. It's my time to shine.